Hello everyone and welcome back to my kitchen garden. Today I'm going to be explaining all about elephant garlic and how I'm going to be planting it for next year's harvest. So today I'm going to be planting elephant garlic. It's one of my favourite things to plant at this time of year. It looks like a giant garlic bulb, but it's actually closely related to the leek family. It is an allium and it plants exactly like regular garlic. But when it's cooked, it's mild, it's sweet, and it's not very garlicky. It's perfect for roasting whole and just spreading over a slice of toast, or you can put it into mash, or it's beautiful in soups. So, choosing the right spot. Elephant garlic, it loves a sunny position. The more light, the bigger the bulbs. Just make sure that your soil is well drained but rich in organic matter. If you're planting in heavy clay, then just raise the bed slightly and mix in some grit or compost to stop the bulbs from rotting. But the best compost that you can use is a mixture of, ideally, compost from your own heap, which is what I use, with a good mix of some well-rotted manure. I'm about to put some on now. I use about half and half mix. You can add in some leaf mould if you like, or some multi-purpose compost if your soil just feels a little bit too dense, but it should be nice, light and crumbly. Elephant garlic just doesn't like sitting in wet soil, so try and avoid really fresh manure or anything too rich and soggy. Before planting, I just like to just rake in a little bit of organic fertiliser or plant food, as it just helps the bulbs to have that kickstart that they need. So on to the actual elephant garlic itself. If you've ordered this online, it may have come as cloves or it may have come as an actual bulb, but each bulb contains about 4 to 6 of these huge cloves. What you want to do is just carefully separate them before planting, keeping the papery skins on. Only plant the large and healthy cloves. Any tiny inner ones, they can be grown, but they'll take a lot longer to reach full size, and that full size won't be as big as these huge cloves. So to be honest, I would just eat them. So how to plant them? You want to plant each clove with the pointy end up. This is really important because that's where the garlic shoots come from, and this sort of flatter end is where the roots come from. If you do plant it the wrong way up, don't worry too much, the garlic, it will find its way up, but it will just use a lot more of that clove's energy in sort of trying to angle its way out of the soil. You want to plant each clove about 15 to 20 centimetres apart and about 10 to 15 centimetres deep. If you're doing them in rows, keep them about 30 centimetres apart so there's room for the air to flow. Just going to plant this one in first so you can see how deep I'm doing it and which way I'm planting it up. So you just want to pop it right in there and then just cover it gently back over with the soil, and that is it. I'm just going to put my glove as a marker so I remember where I've planted it. Right, let's go on to the next ones. This is how I'm going to be planting mine. So I've just put one in here, and as you can see, I'm doing them about 15 to 20 centimetres apart and about 30 centimetres between each row. So this is about the spacing that you're going to want to be looking at. This just ensures that the bulbs can form to that beautifully big size, but to also maximise the yield from one raised bed. So once planted, you just want to cover them back over with compost, firm it in well, and then just give them a light water. If your winters are really wet, then you can start the cloves in deep pots and then just plant them out later once the ground's a bit drier. But so far it's been good here, so I'm just going to plant them straight in this raised bed. So caring for elephant garlic. Elephant garlic is quite a slow grower. It tends to take between 8 to 10 months from planting to harvest. Trust me though, it's well worth it. But just make sure you keep the beds weed free so they don't compete for nutrients. You want to just make sure you water it during dry spells, but not too much, as soggy soil leads to rot. In early spring, just give it a top dressing of compost or a sprinkle of mulch just to keep the roots growing strong, and it also just helps prevent it from pests and anything that basically wants to dig up your garlic clove. If in early spring or approaching summer you see a flower bulb start to form out of the top, then just pinch it off. Although it looks nice, you just want the garlic to channel all of its energy into the bulb, and this will help the bulb grow a lot bigger, which is ultimately what you want. In the spring, I just like to mulch carefully around the plants with straw or compost. It just retains the moisture and it keeps the weeds down. You can do this in winter to help protect them from frost. I usually just use a leaf mould to do this, or just a bit of extra compost. You'll know it's ready when the leaves start yellowing and they start falling over. With elephant garlic, this is usually in midsummer. You just want to gently lift the bulbs up with a fork. Don't pull them by the stems, as it can break them. Trust me on that. You want to just let them dry or cure in a warm, airy place for a few weeks before storing. Once they're cured though, they'll keep for months in a cool, dry spot, and you can make little plats and hang them up all around your house and show all of your guests on these beautiful elephant garlic cloves. Elephant garlic is such a satisfying crop. It's big, bold, and to be honest, it's super easy once it's in the ground. It's perfect for anyone who wants that beautiful garlicky flavour without the sharpness of the little garlic cloves, although I do love them as equally. If you've never grown this before, then this is your sign to give it a go. It's one of the most rewarding alliums that you can plant. But if you have any questions about any of this, just pop it in the comments and I will try my best to answer you. Alternatively, you can go to my website and you can see a 2026 vegetable sowing calendar and also a beginner's guide to kitchen gardening. The links to all of this is in the video description below. Thank you so much for watching, and me and Oti will see you next time in the garden.